Lucasfilm is in crisis, guys. They're in crisis mode right now after the debacle that was The Acolyte just a few months ago. They are just, they don't know what to do with themselves. They don't know what to do. And the funny thing is, if you are somebody who has followed my channel for the last number of months, specifically, I mean, this channel here, I have been really kind of pushing for the last year, believe it or not. I this channel's been around for longer than that, but only over the last year have I really been pushing this channel. And during that time, believe it or not, I've been talking about Star Wars quite a bit. And one of the things I said on multiple occasions is if the Acolyte failed, be on the lookout that it could potentially lead to them canceling the Rey movie. And then a couple weeks ago, we wrote an article over at slavsfreetalk.com because we heard some rumblings that they were doing some retooling, restructuring over at Lucasfilm. The Taika Waititi movie we heard was no more, and Daniel RPK has since confirmed this himself. It's on indefinite hold because we know what that means. But Daniel RPK is also now saying that the new Jedi Order movie starring Daisy Ridley as Rey reportedly needs more work and is now on hold. On hold. It's not expected to start filming until 2025. I think this is hilarious. This is just par for the course for Lucasfilm and how they handle things. Because when it comes to Lucasfilm, what they like to do is they like to, hey, here's a movie. We're going to do a movie. And everybody gets all divisive about it. Oh, we don't need this. We don't want this. Oh, we don't need that. We don't want this. And people get all mad and they fight back and forth. And Kathy Kennedy, Lucasfilm, they just sit back and they just continue to count their money because for some reason people just continuously buy Star Wars stuff. Well, that isn't happening anymore. But what they do is they sit back and they just let it happen. They let the fans fight each other and just beat each other up over this stuff when it has nothing to do with the fans. It's Lucasfilm who's causing this ruckus. But what is happening is the fans are fighting back now. But typically, Lucasfilm will sit back and they're like, oh, okay, we're going to make this movie. And then they realize, oh, crap, we're not going to make this movie. Let's say it's going to be pushed back or delayed. Okay. They did that with Patty Jenkins. There's going to be a delay. All right. And then we hear nothing. There's just chirp, 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 nothing. Crickets, nothing, nothing. And that's what's going to happen with this, guys. I'm telling you now, this Rey movie is not going to happen. It's the same type of thing. Sharmina Obaid-Chinoy is just the same the same type of person that Leslie Headland was. This altruistic, woke type of filmmaker that Lucasfilm is going to now try to get away from. That's the truth of the matter. Whether you agree with that type of mindset or not, that is the facts. After the failure of The Acolyte, they're not going to want to do that again with this Rey movie. They say they're going to push it back to 2025 right now. Sure, maybe that's what they do. But it's unlikely that that's how it's going to happen. The only other thing that we could see happening is that they do a completely restructuring of who's directing, who's writing, and how everything's going to happen with this movie. That is the only possibility that this movie actually gets made. But we know that a lot of the people in Lucasfilm are too proud to do that. It's either my way or it doesn't happen at all. And that's kind of how it happens there. You saw that with Patty Jenkins. You saw that with Benioff and Weiss. You saw that with Ryan Johnson. You saw that with Josh Trank. I mean, all these different projects over the years that have been announced or rumored or were going to happen and then just got delayed or just never happened. This is what happens because something becomes divisive. They get scared. They say, oh, it's going to be delayed. And then it just never happens. It's just interesting to see. And it's nice to see when, I won't say it's nice to see, but it's nice to see that, I've been sitting here talking about this for how long, and you kind of get excited. I get excited whenever it's like, look, I know what I'm talking about, people. I know what I'm talking about. But I digress. Let me know your thoughts. I want to know what you guys all think in the comments, of course, and hit that like button, hit subscribe for more about Star Wars. I will continue talking about Star Wars as always. I know you guys love the DC talk, but I will continue talking Star Wars because people like that as well.